Hi, I'm Tammy. Welcome to Fire Mountain Jewelry Making Studio. Spacer bars are a great way to bring order to your designs, especially when you're working with multi-strands. They keep your beads in order. And as you can see on the turquoise memory wire necklace, it helps bring multiple strands together as well as add a visual impact. On the purple and gold design, the brass spacer bars really bring order to a lot of different size beads, as well as then give you the ability to add to that design. In the bracelets, it really brings a level of order as well as a real signature punch, depending on the type of spacer bar you choose. For the bracelet multi-strand design we'll do today, we're going to use an assembly of amethyst beads, some beautiful cultured freshwater pearls, sterling silver beads, and a slide lock clasp, which is also in sterling silver. And before you begin a design of this nature, it's best to determine how many spacer bars you're going to use in your design, as well as the size of your clasp. So I like to put them all together, and I'll add the clasp and see how much length that gives me, so that I know then what my beaded sections will then need to make up in the addition to create the full design. Once you have that measurement and you know what your design is going to look like, you want to start out by cutting a length of AccuFlex beading wire and determining how many beads you need between each of the sections. So I've strung a section of beads and my first spacer bar, and I'm using the center hole on this multi-strand spacer bar because I found working with this design that working from the center out toward the ends was what was best. I've strung an entire strand for a bracelet length, and I've repeated the pattern consistently across this first strand. I'll then start my second strand, and I'll choose either of the two holes on the ends, and I'll string this pattern of beads. I'll continue that across the entire length of the bracelet, and then I'll begin my third strand, cutting a new length of AccuFlex beading wire. I'll string on my first section. I'll pass the beading wire through the other hole, the remaining one on this 3-strand, and I'll continue that pattern all the way across, again, for the length of the design. And what I found with these beads was that although I could work with them and keep them different, it was good to make sure their measurements all worked so that when they were tightened up with the clasp, they balanced. So once you're finished and you have your design and you're sure that it's balanced, you want to take your beading wire and your crimp, and on this end I used a piece of French wire, but you can also use an AccuGuard. A how-to for each of those is available on firemountaingems.com. You can find one on French wire using it with AccuFlex, as well as on how to use AccuGuards. I'll pass the beading wire back through the crimp tube and I'll tighten that up. I'll make sure that that's all very well secured so that the seam from my crimp to my AccuGuard or French wire and to my clasp are very consistent. I'll compress the center section of my crimp tube until it's very secure. I'll turn that over and I'll repeat, just so it's secure. There's a how-to on crimp tubes too. Be sure to check that out for a more thorough explanation. Once that's secure, I'll trim the beading wire, and then I'll repeat that across for all 3 strands, and I'll repeat it across on the other side of the bracelet design. And that is the mystery revealed for multi-strand designs using spacer bars. Spacer bars are available in many different options that you can work into your design, whether you'd like it to be more of a hidden design or a real part of your integrated beadwork. I'm sure you'll be able to put together a great pattern and finish out a beautiful design of your own. Be sure to check out firemountaingems.com for a lot of other how-tos that'll be very helpful to you.